Welcome, and in today's video I wanted to share some German temples, and it's the first time I'd ever seen them, and I don't know, a picture is just worth 1,000 words. But before I get into that, I just wanted to quickly touch on the Tesla Tower in Texas. And I will leave a link to a channel who has made a wonderful video on this Tesla Tower that has been built by a private company who may have some ties to government. It seems like they do, but nevertheless, a Tesla Tower in open air, in plain sight in Texas, and the company admits that it is exactly what it appears to be. And it's it will have the ability to send wireless power, and it's not completely clear, but I think this is just a breaking story, so I thought I would share this. Absolutely amazing. I think this is a major breakthrough in our lifetime here at the end of 2018. Now that we're depicting all of these new ideas and everything is coming out at a flood rate, I feel like. Well, here on a mainstream level, I believe it was ABC News covers this story. And now I'll just move on to this video. I was preparing a bunch of different things to show, and while looking for one little picture, I stumbled across this blog at sah.org. I guess that would take you to this particular blog, and here's the name and the credentials, and it's really good. And the first thing he opens up with is this amazing image from 1861, a painting by artist and German architect Vinzenz Stach. And this is a view of the Cologne Cathedral. Just look at this amazing thing. And now look at his tool. Just to give some reference, it's 1861. This is his tool, and look at this. I mean, in this time period, and really actually even today, this almost seems so futuristic, so alien, like another world. Look at this detail, and again, I just think that anyone who might still think that people carved and chiseled, I think these pictures kind of put that to rest. I mean, this is beyond, this is so precise. And really, really amazing. I mean, again, if we look at the symbols, these people not only were amazing architects and sculptors and artists and, imaginative people, but they had the wisdom and the knowledge of really what's going on here. And I don't know if this is all just, let me see. Yeah, we're still looking at the same cathedral. Just amazing. But here we go. This is what stopped me dead in my tracks. Okay, here we go. We're in. Okay, let's find out about this first. Detail of the cathedral tower in Frankfurt. A clear example of the beauty and intricacy of a mason's work. Of a mason's work, really though. And, to me, again, we see this, I think we see these cool little flares in the East. We see them in Cambodia and in the temples over there, and to me, when I see this, I saw the ones in the East first, and now I'm discovering, the ones even in America and in Europe. And this is an old style. I mean, absolutely amazing, and of course a technology. There is no reason, You know, and I don't think there's even any symbolism of, you know, modern recognizable religions. I mean, we don't see, maybe at the bottom there is some, but there's no cross up here. There's no savior, or, you know, I mean, this is tech. I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. Just gorgeous. In Frankfurt. Let's move on a little. Look at this. Again, how are you going to carve something like this? I mean, really. Just gorgeous. Just absolute mastery. Here we go again. What I'm calling the Cambodian style. I mean, this, you know, if I saw it in the East, I would say these are, you know, like flames, you know, and then it would, and these are flames. And let's find out. What's behind, wow. Wow. Beyond words. I mean, really. Really, though? Oh, we gotta go up again. I mean, this is not from our world or from our timeline. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. The Towers of Cologne. The Towers of Cologne Cathedral. This is one of the most impressive buildings I've seen in my whole life, right now, today. Let's see what else we have. I think we had a few other incredible ones. These mosaics are just absolutely amazing. Are these giants? I don't know. Again, just, oh, you just don't get this. You don't get this anymore, and especially this preserved. But again, look, the same ornamentation that we see on the top and on a massive scale is easily created even as ornamentation on a small scale. And again, this just seems so Eastern to me. Absolutely amazing. Same people. Same people. I mean, how are you going to do this, you know, carving? You just can't do this carving. I mean, we should really look carefully here. You know, this is advanced. This is more advanced than, you know, if you had a business and you said, you know, I want a stone sign that, you know, pops out three-dimensionally. Insane. Nobody could do it. And it would cost a fortune. I mean, ridiculous fortune. Again, look at this little detail even too. This little ornamentation along here. Just crazy. What do we have here? A little, is that like a little head? Like a little horse head? Coming out of the flames or out of the mud, or I don't know what they're depicting here, but it's absolutely amazing. And here, look at this. Our fash. 4 directions, our plane, the binding, symbolism of technology. And it shows it. It absolutely shows it. I mean, look at the detail here. Look at, this is the same kind of detail we would see in Egypt. You know, I mean, just absolutely amazing. Even this detail on the sleeve. I mean, look at the finesse. You know, these have to be cast. And how interesting that, you know, he's carving a head. The carving is carving a carving. And I don't know, this might be a little slap in the face, you know. Because look how polished he is. Look how polished. This is almost a mockery. I mean, look how perfect. Look how absolutely perfect. As if it's a real person. As if it was printed from a real person. And now it's a mockery, as if, you know, here he's showing us this primitive carving, and look how rough, you know, I don't know. That is really, really interesting. This is, you know, what I was saying, signage, you know, a storefront. Who does this? Who can do this? And it would be really fun. It would be really fun to contact some builders, some big firms, you know, some of the big ones, and you know, try to get an estimate on it, on building something like this. Just try to find somebody who And well, it's not letting us get too zoomy here. This is so beyond, this is so high tech. The most high tech thing, and it's old. The Magdeburg Cathedral. Amazing though. Oh my, look at this. Look at these. This has been kept from us. You know, why is this the first time I'm seeing this? We are completely primitive compared to this. I mean, this is technology. This is a harvester of energy and, you know, and perhaps a giver of energy. Perhaps, I don't know. But you just don't do this for ornamentation. This is so amazing and way beyond the necessity of a cathedral or a church. Absolutely amazing. You know, it reminds me if you saw wires, you know, and you'd have, you know, insulators in between them, but, you know, this could have been wireless energy. So these are actually still transmitting. These are transmitting an invisible energy wave or beam, and then it would hit this, and really it's all thought out perfectly. This isn't just done on a whim or for artistic purposes. I mean, you have to really think about this. This is, anyone who would do this for just pure artistic purposes would just be an absolute madman, and nobody would ever back such an idea unless there was a grander purpose. And this is just absolutely amazing. I mean, I can't even tell what is for what or what's going on. It's as if I'm seeing an alien machine, as if I've been teleported to some, you know, universe, some, you know, and I don't even know where I am and what's what, you know. Really amazing. Let's see what else we have here, a little more of a close-up. You know, and here they've given us this, I don't know if these have been put in after, or if they are just pure gold. For some reason, they don't look original to me, but I could be wrong. But again, look at the tech. There's not a cross up here. And so, you know, it was always different technology. It might have been, you know, a cross, or a cross with a top on it, another top, and we just assumed, okay, cross, cathedral. But when we start to see things like this, you know, this is something else. Maybe this is an old ark. It's been left in here, some kind of tech. And the fountains, I mean, how are they pumping? You know, these are clearly old. You have to have power. I mean, if you're going to put fountains, this is clearly not a new fountain. Look with these mini columns. I mean, these people could do anything. They could do it on a miniature level or on the grandest of grand levels. Really amazing. But look at the glory. I mean, again, they could do this on the grandest level. This could be a massive monstrosity like we've seen in some other images, or it could be a tiny little ornamentation. No problem. As if, presto, the wave of a wand or a frequency. Look at this. I mean, to me, it's so wonderful that it's beyond wonderful, and it is flaunting. And again, we're not seeing crosses. No. Some might say this is a cross, but that's a far reach. Amazing. Just beautiful. I mean, what are these? Carved beams? I mean, this must be, you know, obviously everything is symbolic, but also the complexity. I mean, look at this. And perhaps this is Here it looks like a Christ-like figure. I don't know. Were they added later, maybe? Look at now with the cross. Again, the non-Christian seeming cross. I believe that it would be taken as a Christian cross, but yet I think we see that depiction in areas even without Christianity. It seems to be much older. Just beautiful. Just flaunting their abilities. But really, this just seems to almost have a pastry. I mean, just a, I don't know, like a taffy or a, you know. And in one of my videos that I showed the coverings over the columns, it's as if, the column was made in one piece, and then you had this ornamentation that was actually put over it, either a cement mold or I don't know. I don't know. That's really amazing, but certainly not carved. No. Like leaves put on after. That's why I said like pastry, like decorating a cake. This is like cake. And all of these roads and yet I think we're led to believe that this is natural and wild swamplands. But there's traces of, an older footprint here. And now if we follow this road, I believe that even the pavement is older. Because there would never be funds to go out here and pave in the swamplands, and there's just really no, this is a very, uninteresting area when you live in this area. It's not